to Earth podcast, Down to Earth Network with your host Sean Myrie. We got a special guest coming from the West Coast, California, America. Yo, the one and only, Rich Dollars from the Making of a Man. What podcast, network content maker. Yo, brother, tell the people a little bit about yourself once again.
What's the deal? What's the deal, y'all? You already know who it is. It's your boy Rich Dollar 64. Hey, I'm the host of a show called The Making of a Man TV. We cover a lot of different topics on the West Coast, East Coast, down south, north. We haven't had a chance to cover things in Canada, but we have covered Drake and the Kendrick stuff. You know what
That's
I
getting
mean? We know a little
heated.
bit about Tory Lanez and other people up there, top five and stuff like that.
Uh,
But so my thing is I want to learn a little bit about up top too.
Yeah, man. So it's interesting because we know a lot, probably more about you, like where you're from, than someone who's from where you're from about up here. Like you probably just hear about Drake and you
For
hear
sure.
about like like Tory Lanez, but really to me they're like another newer even generation. Even though they've been around for a while, there's people way before them. You get
Right.
what I mean? Like there's so much others what came before them or influenced them to be where they are right now. If it wasn't for a lot of the people before Drake and Tory Lanez, you wouldn't have a Drake and Tory Lanez.
Right. I believe that. I mean, anywhere
Yeah.
there wouldn't be, somebody got to kick it off. Somebody got to get it started. Just like on the West Coast, you wouldn't have no Nipsey Hussle if you didn't have no Big Tookie.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? If you wouldn't have no Snoop Dogg if you didn't have a Raymond Washington. Somebody had to start the Crips. Somebody had to start the Bloods for all that to jump off.
You know what's funny? It's so powerful. Like the culture, like straight up, it is the culture. Crips and the Bloods from California that it even came down here. Like it went everywhere, all around the world. Like people like it or not, the influence of the West Coast went all around the world up to here. Like I remember as early as the 90s, you were hearing about Crips, especially Crips. There's Bloods you hear up here, but mostly Crips because of the color up here, right?
Right.
So, because the Blue Jay, the Maple Leaf and shit. So
Mm-hmm.
what I knew, I never was part of a gang, but what I knew growing up, right, from like, cousins and people,
There
that
was a lot of cripping up
there's a
there, huh?
lot of Crips here from like the early 90s. So the rumor, I don't know if this is like a
What's up,
fairy tale,
Canada?
but
Get
they're
your
saying
crip
they're
on.
bless up. They're saying there was a couple, maybe some influence, someone who came from America or something like that, from LA, came
Hey,
here and they set something up. That's
it's
you get what I mean?
always it's always somebody from LA going across the country or going across state lines, setting up shop, bringing the culture somewhere. White t-shirts, jeans, you know, industrial pair of shoes or industrial pair of boots, out there grinding, getting money, organizing. That's what comes from the West Coast is
You know what?
organizing.
It's interesting I'm talking to you because okay, about like that culture, but for connecting, it's funny, like how you hear about like New York Crips and Bloods and stuff like that. You hear about that now too, even in New York. But in Toronto, for like that Crips thing, that's been around
Yeah,
from the early night, like compared to even other places, the early 90s. Because there's one called the NBC, Natural Born Crips. That's how it
natural
started
born Crips, huh?
in the
Where the
west side
natural
of
born Crips
Toronto.
out of?
Yeah, so that's how it started, and then the new generation have their different shit, but the main thing is in Toronto most of them were always together. Like if you were that Crip, after like when that became popular, it was like all united mostly, like if you're part of that shit, you get
Oh,
what I
that's
mean?
what's up.
Yeah, but it changed after time, new generation and shit like that. And then there's the other side, Bloods too and stuff like that, and
Can I?
all
Am I
different types of
sharing?
all different crews, the Jamaican crews and stuff like that, all types of stuff. But yeah, that's the real Toronto. That is the real Toronto. What they're not telling you about in America, they're making it look like it's all sweet. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's Toronto is not as big as America, but if you're from here and you live in those neighborhoods or where it's really going at, it's no different than any other place. You get what I mean? It's no different.
Did you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
But that thing, that color, because of the Blue Jay stuff and the maple leaf, is why there's like a lot of people they gravitated to probably the Crip thing. That's what I'm putting together
You think
for
that
Toronto.
it was a color thing?
Hmm.
You know what? It's probably always a color thing, but there's always going to be somebody that wants to be the opposite of what everybody else is. That's just how people are. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's some people that just won't go with the trend. There's some people that won't just go with the what's going on with the popular topic. Somebody's gonna always
Hmm.
want to break code, and that's how
Yeah.
you had the Bloods or the Damus. You know, somebody got to be on the other
Yes, sir.
side. Just
Yep.
like the GDs or the Vice Lords, it's gonna be one way or the other. That's
Hmm.
just the way we are. We just a tribal people.
So it's when you were explaining to me the other time when we were on live about like, and it made sense. Even though you're from a neighborhood, right? There's different types of Crips. Like even though you say Compton, there's like two different. There's the Rolling Sixties, and then there's a different type. Like maybe we hear about the Snoop. He's LB Long Beach. That's the Rolling Twenties. He represents that. And you hear about all these. So you say Crips, but it doesn't necessarily mean like it's all the same. You get what I mean? There's Deuces and Trays. That's what Trady. He talks about that. That's an artist from down in Cali. So there's so much different ones, right? It's a culture. Same thing with whatever the other side, the Bloods too. Same thing. That's it's a culture. What has developed.
It's a culture. Yeah, it's a way of life. It's the way we live our life out here. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Wherever you're gonna be, I don't care whatever part of California you're at. If you're in Southern California, even if you're not in the centralized part of Los Angeles,
Mm.
you're still going to be from some type of gang that is related to either Crip, Blood, or Sureño or
And
Norteño.
you know what?
So
It's just to explain it to people clearly because this is how I see it. Right. Right. You might see it through the media, the movies, or you do your research. These people live in these neighborhoods where it's like basically families. Like they're not showing you like that. Like generation, people been in these gangs. Like there's uncles, there's cousins for the gangs. Like it's just more than people think. It's like a group. It's more like a community.
sometimes it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's a community, a harmonious community.
No, not.
It's a community of really a false love.
Yeah.
You know, of identity for struggle. You know, because you could be against a particular neighborhood that's coming through and doing things to people in this neighborhood, and you align yourself with the people in
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
neighborhood. Although the people in this neighborhood are ruthless individuals that commit a number of
Hmm.
serious crimes against people, these are the people that you live around. So they your people. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like you're aligning yourself with the people from the church. You're still aligning yourself with ruthless individuals.
So, if I could ask you, how serious is color still? Is that still a big issue? People like wearing colors, like before, like
I
if you
mean,
wear red and shit like that, like you.
no, it's not. It's not. It's not like that. It's not if you wear a red shirt or if you. People who are in the lifestyle like that, they know what they're looking for.
Yeah.
They can tell by the way you walk, the way you talk, the verbiage you use. They're gonna know where you're from, the
Mm-hmm.
type of clothes that you wear, the way you wear your hat, whatever hat you have on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's gonna show where you're from or what you're doing.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So as far as how people from out of town feel like if you wear a red shirt and somebody's gonna come up on you because they're a Crip. Nah, it's not. That's not gonna happen. That's in the movies.
That's where a lot of people are getting that type of
Yeah, it's
view.
not
Like,
gonna happen. Hey, cuz, what's up with that red shirt? Nah,
mhm.
that's not gonna happen. That was
I've
maybe
seen
100 years ago.
I've seen something now. Like, when did the check-in culture really get popular in LA? Like, I
Mm.
was hearing that, but it wasn't just LA. We used to hear it like in other parts, other states too. It
Yeah,
wasn't.
I think the terminology check in got attributed to it, but it's always been if somebody was to come in somebody else's neighborhood,
Mm,
you would contact these people because say I come to Toronto, right?
yeah,
I don't know where if there's no dispensary, where am I gonna get some herbs from?
yeah,
I'm gonna have to call somebody like you or
yep.
somebody else to
Mm-hmm,
call them and say, "Hey, bro, I'm out here and
mm-hmm,
I haven't been able to get no weed." Oh, don't trip, I got you.
yeah.
That's still a form of checking in. You see what I'm
You're
saying?
right. That is a
That's
form of checking in. You're right.
contacting the people in that area and letting them know that, hey, I need to know what's going on in the streets
Yep.
around here.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna tell me, hey, don't go down there, don't go down there, don't go down here.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. That
That's
is
still a
checking
form
in.
of
Yeah.
checking in.
Yeah. That is
Checking
checking
in
in.
only got a bad connotation when people started being extorted for checking
Yeah. Like a service. It's like, yo, you got to pay the service if you really
in. Yeah,
want access to these places. You
that's
can't.
the problem that people had with checking in. It wasn't the fact that they were contacting people from other areas. It was the fact that when you got to certain areas, if you did check in with the people, you were getting robbed. If you didn't check in with the people, you were getting robbed.
Hmm.
You,
And that's
you
what
see,
I think that culture now down here is built up now. Like, they don't call it the check in. It's kind of slick. They're not calling it the checking in. They will be calling it the robbing in. Like, when you come here. Yeah, yeah, mhm, yeah, hmm, hmm, yeah, yeah, yeah. It does happen. It has probably happened. I guarantee. Yeah, I guarantee. There's a whole bunch of stories like that have happened because when Americans come here, they're like straight up balling most of the time. Like, you know what I mean? Especially they're
right,
coming here for a good time. So I could see that many cases probably has happened.
right, because you live there, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like when people come here.
Hmm.
They're foreigners, they're tourists. They have money, they're able to spend that money. Or they're coming into LA, they down on Rodeo, they
Yeah.
got the Rich Million. They think that they're in Hollywood and they're only 10 minutes away from where it's very treacherous.
You know what? You're
That's
right.
how they become prey.
That's a big illusion here too, because I know that has happened. Like, people from America, like guys who probably have it good maybe, and come here and they see what it is. There's some hungry people down there. There is hungry people like that. If they see it, they'll follow it. You get what I mean? Like a rat to cheese and shit like that. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Hmm.
You see, if you're wearing anything like something like at least something like what you see those rapper guys like to wear now, those big type of shit like that, I wouldn't be wanting to go nowhere with that down here.
So if you so the same thing that's happening in LA
Mhm.
is happening in Toronto, right?
Yeah.
If a rapper was to go to a local spot where people eat chicken or there's some food right there that you're gonna get a jerk chicken spot
Yeah,
where everybody pulls up
yeah,
to, and the guy's up in there eating. He doesn't know where he's at. He's in a bad situation,
yeah,
isn't he?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Something bad can happen
You're
to
not
him,
gonna,
right?
yo. Even if you have that security, it doesn't even matter because those type of spots, okay, those atmospheres. Myself, I always joke around with my lady about like there's a lot of spots like that in the summertime. People chilling out of the jerk chicken spot or the favorite restaurant, and you want to go there. But there's like 20 people, 20 guys, or 30, it's like a party outside of the establishment. So do you want to go there and you're not really from there? You just want to stop to pick up some food. You're hungry. You get what I mean? You can't do that.
Right.
You can't do something like that. No, because when you see like a group like that, even at an establishment, most of the time someone's gonna say some type of shit.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Something's
Without a
you
doubt.
can't go. That's how it is now, especially with these new ones, these youngins here. You go to a place, they're probably drinking. If you see 20 of them, yo, you don't go. You don't even want to go to that spot like that. Something's gonna happen. And it depends how you come. You come with a vehicle, like even a reasonable vehicle. It doesn't have to be the best vehicle. This is how it is in Toronto. They call it the Screwface capital. If they see you driving, even as long as you're driving a vehicle and you look clean or something, you have they think you have that's a sign of you have money probably. As long as you have something like that, right? In certain
Are you
areas,
serious?
yeah, you're driving just say a nice, for example, a GMC, whatever 2000 or whatever, the recent shit, right? GMC
Yeah.
thing in a certain area, and you look just like the average guy, blue collar, in certain areas where they're hungry. I guarantee, like you're looking. They're go- you can't. It's not wise to be going looking a certain way in an area, looking like you have something more. You can, but it's a
You
risk.
know what that says?
But,
That just tells you that the world is a ghetto.
yeah.
It's not an isolated incident to one particular place.
Hmm.
Everywhere is bad.
Yeah, you can't do that. You could feel, you could, you could attempt to do that, but that's why there's a lot of jealousy and envy, like anywhere. Like I'm saying, situations are similar to what's going on down in LA, but maybe not as much. But it does happen in even smaller, what it's called, places like Toronto. Those
So what
places you
have
just
you guys
avoid.
been hearing about LA up there right now? What's the hottest topic? Tell me
The
what you
hottest
want to know,
topic,
man.
I honestly would say, is Adam 22 and Whack
What about
100
Adam 22?
and his whole platform. That's
No
one of the
jumper.
that's the major one of the major mouthpieces or communications from anybody who's trying to probably get into the market of the West Coast, media from up here.
Would you want to go on no jumper?
If I went on No Jumper, honestly, it's not to be cocky, right? Because I'm just chilling talking with you. The questions, what I would, if they could ask the questions, but the questions what I would ask, it would be interesting to see how they respond, because why I'm saying No Jumper is just, I don't know what you could ask me. It would be interesting. What could you ask? Because
Do you look at no jumper as a journalism spot?
no, mm-mm, no, no. Because really, when he's doing his thing, right, there's hardly any content you could pinpoint of like this interview where our this guest said something so like like out there where it got attention, like how you see Club Shay Shay, what's his name, Shannon Sharp had with Cat Williams. There's no outstanding episode what made it him known for that, but he has a lot of content because he has a people who are not necessarily big stars on there, but they're from like the hood, like hood stars, I'm saying that.
Well, you know the difference in that is because what Club Shay Shay was doing was providing a platform for someone to deliver messages that they couldn't get. to other people um through that particular medium like that.
Mm-hmm.
What Adam 22 is doing is miles apart from what Club Shay Shay is doing
Yeah.
because he's not bringing people in to pour out their life stories and
No.
talk about their accomplishment and what they've done. So,
Yeah. But
the,
you see what he's to me what he's doing though. I have to. I'm like sometimes I have to laugh though because I already know what he's doing. What he's doing to me is a new It's like a podcast, but Jerry Springer. Get- like it's like a podcast, Jerry Springer. Like he's doing the podcast format, but it's like he could be doing some Jerry Springer. Because if you
you
know,
know what I think? You know what I found out? This is the best way to deal with that type of stuff, right? If you're not pleased with what you're looking at, just ignore it. There's
yeah,
so much other things in the world, but the problem is people are paying attention
do it.
to what Adam 22 is doing over there and No
Hmm.
Jumper because they bought into it. They can't resist to hear what they're going to say, something provocative, something salacious, something that could make you, have something to call somebody on the phone or text about. Did you hear this? Did you hear that? Adam said this. Brick Baby said that. Wax said this. That's what that's about.
Mm.
And you buying it.
No, but see, man, with the no jumper thing, how he's promoted it, I have to give him it. He's still going on with the whole thing. After you see this guy comes out, what's his name? I forgot what the for extra or something. I forgot his name. And after then, I see somebody whack out 100 or warn earlier if this guy goes to this hood day, he's gonna get locked up. The man goes to the hood day and he gets locked up. It's like it's like an episode.
But you had to take into consideration four extras, right?
Yeah.
His parole officer is watching this. It's not like his parole officer doesn't know that this guy's an internet personality, right?
Mm,
That's on No Jumper,
yeah.
which is the most popular podcast out there, and he's already. Do you know that Four Extra has went to jail 3 to 4 times in a row on that same day? So it's not like this is something new that the people are doing. It's just the fact that Four Extras is now an internet personality. He go he's he went to jail. But when you start thinking about Adam 22 and how come all of these people go to jail, those people are not No Jumper. No Jumper is the platform and the brand that people are going to go for. The characters are just like Romper Room or Disney or anybody. They can recycle them as long as they got the Disney logo there.
Mm, that's what he's doing.
That's exactly what he's doing. But people are over analyzing it and emotional, getting emotional instead of getting analytical and look at what he's doing and say, I don't want to fuck with that. So all you gotta do is turn away from it. If everybody turned away from that and stopped watching it, it will have no power. But it only has power over people
Yeah,
because
it's
they pay
true.
attention to
It's
it.
true. It's true.
You know what I
Makes
mean?
sense.
That's
Makes
a fact.
sense. You're right. But he's like it's like he's pulling the strings. It's kind of funny, like how after that big indictment, he was still kind of to me. It was still like to me. He wasn't like he was sorry that these men that got all locked up. He was saying he's gonna get some new ones. That's when I seen him say, "Yo, this guy's coming out. He got some more Crips." It's like
Think
what?
about this. Let me say this. Before Brick Baby got there, right? Who was there?
He had Sharp. Didn't he have Sharp?
Who else was there as far as on? Because Sharp's not a Crip. Who
No.
was there? He had Crip Mac, right?
Yeah, Crip Mac, and he got locked.
right? So
Mm,
Crip Mac is gone. Right before he had Crip Mac, who did he have there?
I
He
don't
had
know.
AD and T
Oh, you're right.
Rail.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They are both Crips. So he's been having Crips the entire time. It's not like he's just because Brick Baby and those guys are Crips and they went to jail. It's not like he hasn't had Crips in the past.
Mm, you're right.
He's he's been having Crips all throughout. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Crip
People
Mac.
just not paying attention because they're just looking at the present. People buying the moment.
So wait, I'm gonna ask straight up because I don't know. Everybody's scared. I don't know if they're scared that it. What do you think of Adam 22? Like his whole shit right now.
What you mean?
What
What do I think? What
his
do I think
platform
about it?
for the culture?
What is the culture?
That's a good. I like. Yeah, okay. For is he? What is he for the culture? What would you describe him? Is he?
What is the culture?
What is the
Because
culture?
is hip hop black culture, or is black culture, or is hip hop something that merges into black culture? And I see you have a Jamaican flag right there, right?
Yeah,
Some Jamaicans might say that they have their own Jamaican culture.
yeah. You're right. You're right.
Then you have some people that might say, "Hey, I got Guyanese culture."
Yeah,
I might have some people might say, "I got Panamanian culture."
yeah.
Oh,
Hip hop
I'm
culture.
Puerto Rican. I got Puerto Rican culture. Uh,
Yeah.
so when we start using generalized terms like culture,
Hmm.
we have to be careful because we're asking for a definitive when we're approaching it from an ambiguous standpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think we'd have to reframe the question, contextualize it properly, and then re-ask it.
Hmm.
You feel me?
It's true.
Because if we just say, we're going to say that our culture is so simplistic, is that what Adam 22 is talking about and dealing with
Yeah.
on his platform is our culture?
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Come
Yeah.
on, man. We have to be responsible with the language we use and
Hmm.
the things we
Not our
attribute to
culture. You're right.
ourselves.
Hmm. You're
You know,
right.
sometimes we can offend ourselves with the questions we ask and how we incorporate ourselves into particular things.
So we will put this in the hands of the individuals who decide whatever, who put themselves in the spotlight. Like in his defense, he doesn't control who wants to share with him whatever their story.
Is involving himself in street gang
Hmm.
culture. Street gang culture, and which is a subculture.
Hmm.
It's not black culture. It's a subculture
Subculture.
of a negative side of the black experience in the
Hmm.
world, because there's a multitude of black people throughout the world and throughout this Western Hemisphere that get up, go to work every day,
Yep.
go to school,
Yep.
and try to assimilate into the community, do all of the things. They have nothing to do with crime or
Yep.
criminal entities or gangs or that form of subculture. So we got to look at that as well.
Yeah. You're right.
You feel me?
Yep.
So we talking about this guy deals with subculture.
Subculture. You're right. He's not dealing with our culture fully. He's just
Uh,
dealing with the subculture.
The
Yeah.
negative aspects of the culture that permeate through hip hop and that form of the culture
Yeah. Makes sense.
and gangs and stuff like that. Because if you look at it, he's not dealing with anything else. He never came out and said there was a school shooting, there was black
Yeah.
people that got went forward to college. The youngest person went here, went there, did this, accomplishment, anything. It's
Nothing
only
like
to
that.
the detriment.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's never you're right. That's what my thing is. Everything when he's what I hear them talking about is not nothing to me. I'm gonna straight up nothing positive. I'm not hearing nothing talking about any
You ain't
positive.
never gonna hear nothing positive over there. That's for all detrimental. But the fact that the characters that star in the show go there freely and act.
I'm sorry, man. When I it's like I predict this like years ago. I said like all these platforms, it's like some people think it's like just this free space, but this free space made people think they could just say all their business, like their business, their information, what is not needed, right? What's not a positive, it's nothing positive. If why would you put yourself in that spotlight? It's like you're telling on yourself. You get what I mean? Like you don't want no one to put you in a position to make you tell on yourself.
Step further.
Yeah, yeah, mm, yeah, yeah,
Internet when you go on the internet.
yeah.
That's what people need to take into consideration. You're not American when you go on the internet because your words can affect someone in
Everywhere.
Taiwan, Indonesia, Pakistan, Yugoslavia, wherever, what
Hmm.
have you. So you're a citizen of the internet.
Yeah, it's all international, all over. It's not just one place.
It's not just one place. You can offend somebody somewhere and you could possibly be arrested. People don't know. You don't know what the laws is. You haven't took the time to research them.
Yeah, that's why I always see, like, especially American content makers, they always have this disclaimer of some article law of what's called fair use. I don't know the whole description, but they
Okay,
always put
so with the fair use is a protection of the copyright laws. And the reason those copyright laws are um because that's where only a American citizen can be sued is in federally in court by somebody for copyright infringement. So
oh,
that's why people use those protections.
and no one's really gonna go to court for that shit. They're not going all
Uh,
the way.
People will try. Trust me. People will try to strike your channel.
It's not worth it. That's why some people, I'm wondering how some people get their content through, how they use a lot of content with even sound. But I know there's a
You
way
have to
how,
speed it up.
yeah, timing.
You have to speed it up. You have to let it play. Then you have to do some commentary about it.
Yeah,
You can't just use it straight out. You know what I mean?
it's how you chop it.
Yeah, you have to be doing some commentary about it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You can't just use somebody else's
Uh-uh.
content.
No. So right now, the big news, which is this like ridiculous, because you're gonna keep hearing this. It's like they're dragging this whole Drake and the Kendrick thing with this whole suing thing. He's still going through
Man,
it. The
Drake
boy's
is a
still going
bitch.
through it.
I hate to say it, man.
Can't
Drake is
believe it.
I look, I'm sorry, Canada. But Drake is acting like a bitch. He really is.
Yeah.
To lose in a rap battle and start talking about you're gonna sue somebody, that's the weakest shit I've ever heard in my life. Drake is acting like wheelchair Bobby or Brian, wherever he was. He's
Jimmy.
acting like a Degrassi little hoe. This is preposterous for somebody to be trying to sue somebody over a rap battle. Now, what I would do is I would go and get a petition and I would sign a bunch of petition and have Drake removed as a citizen of Canada. This is blasphemy.
Drake.
I'm asking everybody out there, especially people in Toronto, do you stand behind Drake? Drake going to court to sue Kendrick Lamar. I'll wait.
Man, for if they don't care about hip hop, yes,
Are they standing behind Drake with that?
yeah. If there are people who are just into Drake and they're not into the culture, I believe they will stand with Drake.
Man, that's horrible. That is horrible.
I believe that's what they'll do. A lot of people who like Drake or love Drake, it's because it's just him. It's not the hip hop culture what's giving them the influence. So they're not gonna see it versus Kendrick as much.
Like it's not like we love Kendrick down here, right? I mean, we love Kendrick, right? But it's not like Kendrick is something we're riding around playing. And it's just like I don't think people are riding around playing Drake either. Maybe every now and then, but Drake is just something you're just not riding around playing. Drake or Kendrick, they're commercial artists.
Yeah, hear them on the radio. If
Yeah,
you
you hear them on the radio. People don't play that type of shit. How come it doesn't say I'm live?
so how is it the weather wise down there in the west? I'm
Oh, you know
imagining it's
what?
warm.
Right now, it's raining right now. I can't believe it too.
Oh, up here it's pretty nice, but still spring.
Is that right?
Still gotta wear a sweater. Yeah. Man. So right now in the scene down there, who's like besides Kendrick, who's the one who's like bumping, like people are really listening to, vibing to?
Um, you know, in the West, people listen to everything. I mean, I can't say that people on the West Coast listen to any particular artist. You might have, see, because there's so many different ethnicities out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have you have your Mexican population who could be listening to Mexican artists. You
Hmm.
have your and see a lot of LA music is separated by color lines.
Yeah.
Not that it's like they're tripping off colors, but yeah, it's red and it's blue. So certain artists just might not listen to certain artists because they're gonna be saying things in their songs that people don't really want to hear.
It's
You know
crazy.
what I mean? Disrespectful terms towards each other.
It's crazy.
I know what happened. Let me see. Let me see if I can. How can I share this? Because it's not popping up on my channel. So what? Let me hear some of your music, man.
What?
Let me hear some of your music.
I don't have nothing to hooked up right here, yo.
You have no music?
Nah, man.
I know you got some music, bro. Stop it.
I have music online.
Oh, you do? Why don't you play some of your music, man?
I've been kind of resting for a while with it, man. Trying to maybe do some new shit.
Yeah, but I found out last night, right? When I was doing that, when I hosted that show last night, the DJ was playing some of my old music that I didn't even know that
Mm.
I hadn't heard in a long time, and people were vibing to the music, right? Because it was new to them; they never heard it.
Oh, I see what you mean.
You know what I mean? See, like, so if I would have heard your song today, it would have been the first time I ever heard it.
Yeah, I got some music on the the reels. If you look up the reels, yeah, I got that.
What kind of music you got?
So it's a fusion of everything. It'll probably be different to you, man. Hip hop, a little reggae, some singing.
That's some Toronto type of music, huh? See,
Yeah,
just like my music might be different to you.
I'll probably
Let me
send you
play
some
you.
links. I'll
Let me
probably
play
send
you
you
one
some
of the
links.
songs from the artist last night.
Who?
Can I play you one of the
Yeah,
songs
yeah.
from the artist last night?
I don't know if it'll copyright.
It's not. Nah, you should be good. You talking about Strike? Yeah, huh? Damn. Just put it out last night. I play it all. I've never got a strike. Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. I don't think you get a strike. Oh, you definitely won't get a strike. Well, I'll play one of my songs, and I know you won't get a strike because I won't strike you. Toronto, stand up, man. What's up? I gotta come to Toronto, man, but it can't be snowing.
Yeah, man. It's a nice place still to visit, especially
Is
in
it
the
snowing?
summertime. No snow. Snow's been gone for a couple weeks right now. So
I was been gone for a couple of weeks.
yeah, it's going spring right now. So should be starting to warm up back again.
All right, I'm on the hook on this song. I hope you can hear it. I'm gonna try to play it. Can you hear that, bro?
Yeah.
Some West Coast music. If it's about the money, we'll risk it all. Real street niggas, we just tryna ball. If it's about the money, we'll risk it all. Real street niggas, we just tryna ball. If it's about the money, we'll risk it all. Real street niggas, we just tryna ball. If it's about the money, we'll risk it all. Real street niggas, we just tryna ball. Bag grabber, money gripper, trash bagger, Mr. Money Shipper, diamond dancing, knuckle glitter, alligator, tough slither, team player, come and hustle with us, bookie killer, dope dealer, scale tipper, Mr. Vacuum Sealer, one thing I can't do,
must be a broke nigga. How I make the green blue strips yellow gold. See the gas in the sky without a telescope. Fingers chains around my neck like a rosary. God had to spoke to me. He said what it was holding me. Riding up the street, peeping on the freak. Shiny paint, matching feet. I know these niggas can't compete. Falling like an athlete, but short of family. Planted all these seeds, a legendary family tree. If it's about the money, we'll risk it all. Real street niggas, we just tryna ball. If it's about the money, we'll risk it all. Real street niggas, we just tryna ball. If it's about the money, we'll risk it all. Real street niggas, we just tryna ball. If it's about the money, we'll risk it all. Real street niggas, we just tryna ball.
Yeah.
Niggas stand around like the paparazzi. I hate these niggas like a fucking Nazi. They ain't learn shit, they just facing copy. I study these subjects like an extra hobby. Can't stand still like the boy Bobby. Loving hip hop, you niggas safari. Suckers can't hustle, I swear that they sorry. You fake ass kid, I'm fucking your Barbie. Tomahawk steak, shrimp, calamari. In the villa with Bree, Jeanette, Jabari. Flying fresh with my gun like a Michael Laurie. Road King, I ain't talking about no fucking Harley. Yes. Money stacking like Tetris. Nas 4 Giottos on the Lexus. VIP, we ain't never on the guest list. You ever paid $100 for some breakfast? Never.
Yeah.
What you think about that?
What, 2 artists on there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was feeling that still.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Feeling
Oh,
that
that's
still.
cool.
It's a West
That's
Coast.
cool. That's cool.
Yeah, man. So what's next for you? What you coming with next?
What am I coming with next, man? I'm just coming with more and more content. You know, what I've been working on is the movies. Doing some writing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I already had 2 scripts wrote, but I'm turning them into AI series. And I've been working on this AI series, and I'm gonna put it together.
Mm-hmm.
AI.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Oh man, bro. I've been working on this script for a while, and you know, it's the thing about AI is that you know you can pitch your vision to people
Mm-hmm.
forever. People might not see your vision, but if you dictate it properly to AI can see your vision
Yeah, it's
and make
true.
it come to fruition,
I
right?
used some AI once in one or a couple times for some
Oh
stuff.
my God.
Yeah.
Once in a while, I use AI every day. I'm telling you, as far as with content creating, yeah,
Yeah.
trust me.
So what are you smoking now? Right now?
Right now, what I'm smoking on some, it's straw nana
Shit.
infused premium cannabis. It got some,
Yeah, man.
I don't even,
I've
it's,
been smoking all types of shit since I
and
came.
this one, I was earlier. This was,
Holy.
it was Stizzy.
Yeah.
It's a popular brand here in California. Where this is legal here.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a legal situation. What I've shown, I want YouTube to know
And
that
it's
what we
illegal,
had
and
there
it's illegal
was
in
legal.
Canada, right here,
Huh?
and it's
Yeah,
illegal out here
right.
too. So.
So we do not condone any form of any type of illegal use of anything and do not promote it to kids. So
Yeah.
make sure that goes into the algorithm.
Yeah, man. So um, right now in Cali, I remember the last big thing was the fires. Like, which percentage of Cali did that burn? Was that just like the outskirts, or were the?
Mm. Oh, it burned really 2 particular places. It burned Pacific Palisades, which was out by the beach, and it burned the town, 2 towns, half of a town called Pasadena, and it really burned the town of Altadena.
Mm,
And the reason why it was so heart wrenching, not just because, but a lot of people lost their lives, lost their homes, was a stronghold of black wealth in that particular area, and it was wiped out. Um, there was a great piece of real estate up by the Los Angeles Observatory and nice area
Mm.
in Los Angeles, and that all was all wiped
I've been
out.
hearing
Now
about
it's
that.
going to be re redistrict, and what they want to do is put in a smart apartment complex or smart homes in there, where it's one way in and one way out, and the only way you can come into this particular dwelling is if you have an electric vehicle. So it's going to be super and uber regulated, and if you don't have the money to go in, you won't be able to go in.
That's how they're moving.
That's how
Crazy.
they're moving. It's called Project 2028, and people say they call it, they had a word called gentrification, but it's really not
Mm.
gentrification. It's really classification.
Yeah.
Because regardless what race you are, if you have the money to come in, you can come in.
Yeah.
And that's what, now I'm not saying that race is not a contributing factor, but it's just a variable
Yeah.
that you have to factor in to what's really going on, because it's going on.
Yeah. It is going on.
Going on. The world is shrinking, and there was a plan put in place that says that they're going to take back all places where people have exorbitant amount of lands, where there's pools and all that. All that's going to get taken away pretty soon.
Yeah. I
Nobody's
believe
going to be
that.
able to own anything. It's all going to be all leased.
I believe that. Take it by force. That's like the communists. Take it by
Well,
force.
see, the thing is, we live in places where we're under the rules that we're in a democracy, but at any time that we could be legislated out of our rights. So, in essence, we're living in a false communist society.
Yeah. True.
You know,
True.
so man, I don't know how it is in Canada, but over here it's effed up. It's not good. It's not good for people. It's fucked
I
up.
know I could bet, man. But they say if you have money, this is what they make people like. The American dream. If you have money or some type of like, I guess, success, that you have a career and you're doing good, that you're good.
Okay, so look at it like this, right? Like there's a wheel right here, like this, right? And the wheel is constantly going. You got to jump in the wheel to make your money, right? So, boom, you go, you make so much money, you're on the wheel, and then you tell them to let you off, right? Because you need to get off, you need to go, and you need to spend it. You need to buy a house and all of that, right? By the time you get back, the wheel has went so many revolutions that now you're behind.
Mm.
So now you've already bought this home, right? But now you know that last time you got off the wheel, you fell behind.
Yeah.
So now you go and you jump on the wheel and you hardly ever come off of it, right?
Yeah.
Although you have all of these things, you never get a chance to enjoy it, because if you come off the wheel to go out there, you know that when you get back to the wheel, you'll be behind.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man. This is a great podcast.
You feel
Yo,
me though? It's like a hamster. A hamster, he just gets on that wheel. I
that's the
mean, you
system,
going
though.
nowhere.
That's the system, man. That's the
It's the
system.
system.
So the system. But yeah, man, this was a great podcast with Rich Dollars. tonight. Just tapping in, getting down to earth conversation. Yo, big up your platform, yo.
Making of a Man TV on YouTube, Making of a Man TV on Instagram, Making of a Man TV on Facebook. You know, I want to say big up to Down to Earth Podcast. They always do dope content. My man, he always come in. I haven't yet to meet your brother yet.
Yeah,
You
man,
know,
we're gonna set that up, man, with my brother, man. We're gonna set it up. This the way we do. We networking, always keeping in contact. You're from the West, we're from out down here. We promote each other's platforms. The
you know what?
algorithm grows. You get what I mean? And yeah,
You know,
when my brother, we're gonna set it up with me, my brother, because we're the Down to Earth podcast, and you, and make him chop it up too. Yo,
why
trust
don't
me.
y'all come on my platform?
Yeah, set it up. Set it.
I'll get y'all in front of a whole lot of people.
Yeah, man, set it up,
Because I
man.
don't know how this is not streaming to my platform.
I would have to send it.
Yeah, man. You should have
Collaborate.
sent it.
But yeah, we're gonna link up. Hopefully, like we'll set it up on your platform and we get down to earth. Me and my brother with you, man. Rich
Yeah.
Dollars,
Yeah,
making
man.
of a
Pull your
man.
brother up, man. I seen your brother. He got some interesting takes, man. So we're gonna have to get it in.
Bless up, man. Respect. Rich
All right,
Dollars.
man. Salute.
Salute.